Hey, what's going on, everybody? Like I promised, it's a late video. I just got back, got unsettled, got unwind, and had a great trip. So, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to share with you what I did last week as far as my writing for my class. And what is that? I'm drawing a blank. This is from my class of strategic storytelling and from the assignment. And I want to read it to you to emphasize or to share with you my thinking process and to get you to feel what I was writing, and then we'll talk about some of the feedback and all the other good stuff. So let's click on over here. As you can see here on the right hand side is a picture of me and my dad. I just got back from visiting him, and this story relates to me finding my dad. So the story reads, surprisingly, the sporadic hopelessness and overwhelming search for my dad ended on May 8th, 2020. Beginning with a picture of my mom, grandmother, and dad found in a box sparked the search that took 35 years. Frustrated with Google searches ending with false leads and little to no information from siblings added to the many bouts of angry tears. The DNA kit gifted by my spouse on Christmas induced fears, doubts, and tingly excitement for the what if. It is possible that hormones creating the angel's cocktail, Phillips 2017, release the right mixture, helping with focus and memory to recall the details of the moment. Giggly like a child awaiting discovery in a game of hide and seek reflects my initial and current reaction to the story of finding my biological father on Ancestry.com. Repeatedly jumping, flaring my arms, grinning till my jaws hurt illustrated the initial physical response to the story. The predominant thought generated initially is summarized with the word belonging. The moment finally arrived, the suspense of mystery resolved, and the thoughts of wondering if my dad was dead or alive became obsolete. Finally, there is someone to call dad. Vietnam and the free love movement of the 70s birthed a generation of latchkey children left to raise themselves while single parents worked. The recurring message of do it yourself, grown-ups deal with what life presents, and nothing is free affirmed life is what you make it. Broken promises, shifting blame, and predatory men generate doubt, distrust, and anger for a young girl who wishes to know the man in the picture. On May 8th, 2020, a giggly inner child finds relief because now she will get to learn about the man in the picture. All the nights of wondering what he sounds like, where he lives, and if he knew of me have answers. Hearing his voice and knowing he accepts the child he never met washes away the anger, abandonment, and being socially unacceptable. The perception of men shifts as a different view reveals mothers also play a role in hiding secrets because of feeling shame for choices made. There are many emotional and psychological wounds generated from a life and cultural experiences. All right, so I wanted to read that to you guys. That was my paper that I submitted last week, and I got the feedback from my professor on that particular paper. It was good feedback. One of the key things I wanted to share with you, and I'm going to flip over to this in a minute, had to shift gears so that you could, so I could set up, excuse me, so I could set up. But one of the things the teacher expressed was that stories are about people, and reflecting on memorable stories need to understand that we're connecting with people. So me sharing my story with you, it was about you understanding me as seeing me as a person. If you recall last week, I talked about how when we communicate through the computer, a lot of times we forget that we're communicating to people on the other side. And this was a good lesson to help bring that back in. Because if I'm standing in front of a live audience, it's different. I can feel the people around me. I see their faces. I can see the smiles or just the flat non-expressions on their faces. And when I engage with them, see their eyes widen or smile come across their face. Whereas as I'm talking to you on a computer, I don't get any of that feedback, any of that immediate interaction feedback. So a lot of times, I know I'm guilty of it. I forget that on the other side of this camera is a person. And that was something that the professor raised my attention to, is that I need to be aware that there is a person on the other side of this camera. So that was the feedback from my assignment for last week, week 3-1. And I have not gotten any feedback yet for the other story. I am waiting on that one. Now, I did get some feedback from my marketing, and I'm going to flip over to that assignment. And that was a milestone 2-2. Actually, hold on. There was a different one. Back it up. Let's see. I think it was in my grades. And viewing the rubric. Okay, so nope, I went over all that. My bad. So I went over all that. Now, we did have a really good discussion last week and in my marketing class. So I do want to share some of those highlights. I won't go over all of them. But one of the things I like about the discussions is it gives us an opportunity to share thoughts with each other. And I get to see how my other classmates think in regards to a topic. And we had some really good discussions. And what we talked about last week, I am in the wrong module. Hold on while I get this situated. So this was in module 3, and the discussion was based on the social media marketing analytics. Now, for this marketing class, we're doing the SNHU pet supply. And for that, we were to discuss the analytics associated with this particular case study. I apologize for looking here at my screen. I'm looking for my discussion. I don't want to share anybody else's discussion. It's not fair. Okay, so let me click over so you guys can take a look at what I wrote. So this is my discussion, and what I chose Facebook Insights data, because I find Facebook has a lot of robust data. And so in the Statistics 2021 research, Facebook ranks 4th as the leading platform pet owners use for researching pet products. So I went and found some data, as you can see right here on Statista's website. If you are doing research on demographics, that is an excellent website to use. Especially now, you can get some general information, but some of the information will require that you purchase a membership. If you are in school, you can use the school's library to access that database and it won't charge you. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, I also wrote, in addition, the data reveals better engagement metrics by looking over the Facebook insights. For example, reach and engagement metrics link to the type of content posted, like images versus a shared link. The availability of the analytical data from Facebook Insights lends it to be a more effective social media marketing platform. Lending Tree's 2021 article reports pet owners do spend on average $1,163 annually on pet supplies. The Facebook analytical data offers valuable metrics for measuring the reach and engagement of posts. In addition, using call to action buttons help evaluate the effectiveness of the ads and offers better details on interactions with followers. All data is not good data, and the SNHU pet supply will need to be mindful of the pitfalls like bots clicking on ads. In addition, Facebook cautions some data like page likes are an estimate and may not be precise. So this was my discussion for last week. I'm going to pull up the SNHU data so you guys can get a look at what I was talking about. Now, keep in mind, this is kind of like Playhouse data. It's not, I don't know how real it is. I believe a lot of it is fake. And what they did is they just gave it to us as a way to help us get an idea of a what if scenario. So let's switch over here. I'm waiting for this to pull up so I can let you guys check this out. So it's taking a little bit of time. I'm gonna throw it over to this screen so it looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm gonna scroll down to this section and it's thinking about it. There we go. Come on. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. All right, so let's click over here and take a look at this. So in this make-believe world, this is what they gave us. Now, if you have an actual Facebook page like myself, you will see these exact Facebook Insights data. Learn to read this data as it will help you in getting an idea if your social media marketing campaign is meeting your goals. Now, the boxes here highlight actions on the page, page views, page likes, reach, post engagements, and videos. And what I like about this information is, for one, you can determine how many days. I think it's up to 28 days you can look at this. And it'll give you things like your total page is up, as you can see here, total page up 25%. And it goes over here, 100. You had 100 page likes, which was down 46%. You can see here the reach was 6,000, but that's down 47%. And post engagements, 623, down 73%. I mean, those are huge numbers. I mean, if you had 1,000 people, that means now you only have 500, less than 500 people that are engaging with your post. Same with this over here, this reach. Obviously, reach had been up almost double this to 12,000. Now it's down 6,000. That is significant information, because what this is showing you is you're losing your audience's eyeballs. And if nobody is looking at your post, then your social media campaign is not effective in reaching your goals. What do you do about it? Well, you got to analyze what is working and why is that working and why the other stuff is not working. Now, let me go back up to the top because this is an important part. And if you're creating a marketing strategy, this is what's going to guide you as you post content and buy ads or do organic ads. Their marketing strategy, they state SNHU Pet Supply is interested in growing brand awareness of the new product and increasing sales through their online store. First line, that's what they say. They go into talking about that this was something that they recently decided because they saw some things happening. So when you go down here, what should you be seeing? You should be seeing more page views. That was up 25%. Your page likes are down 46%. Why? Need to find out why. Why are people not liking my page? Well, obviously there's nothing on the page for them to really say, I need to like this so I can go back to it. Your reach has gone down. Something to ask yourself. What dictates reach? Why does it go down? Post engagement. Why are people not engaging with my posts? 625 engaged between October 24th and November 20th, but that's 73% less than what you had 28 days ago. And then, of course, you've got video, which looks to me that you just started showing video. That's where the spike comes from. So when we take a look at the last 5 recent posts, this gives some really good information because the last 5 posts we posted pet supply food available at Petco, had a reach of 3,000, had an engagement of 500. Okay. Then we had Ginger loves her new SNHU pet supply food. That was a link, as you can see here. That was a link as you see the type of post. But then these last 3 posts are kind of iffy. As you can see here, not much engagement until you get to the last one. But these 2 middle ones, it says, what's in your dog's food? It is time to consider the ingredients list and then read our review about the importance of healthy food. So both of these did not gather a lot of engagement. Here you had 75. Here you had a lot of engagement, from everything. But it's interesting to see, based on this top one up here, why so little? I mean, it's about 3,000 less. And then because Kittens Make Mondays Better, that had some significant engagement. Now, the other thing to ask yourself, do these posts meet the goal? Are they meeting the goal, the marketing strategy goal, which is to raise awareness about the new product line? That is the question. So in this lesson, the key takeaways that I took from this is understanding how the Facebook Insights data tells the story of whether or not the marketing strategy goal is being met. If I want people to engage with my content, and the goal of posting that content is about raising awareness of the new product line, then the posts that are being posted need to definitely be about the new product line. All the details about that product line need to be the focus, because that's the goal. Raise awareness, where to buy it, how much it costs, what's the value in it, telling the story about it. So in my other class, we're learning about storytelling, strategic storytelling. Tell that story about the value of that product. Not necessarily giving them, it's great, checking off, it tastes great, it feels great, dot, dot, dot. Give them the story. My dog, Buddy, he didn't like this food. Buddy, we tried this food with Buddy. Well, when we tried the new line of SNHU food for dogs, Buddy was gobbled it up every day. And show Buddy before and after. Show Buddy loving his food. If you gotta use your own pets, but you get my point where I'm going at with all of this. So that was the key piece to this marketing. Now, with that said, one of the challenges that my professor posed to me in my post is she asked a question she asked me to share an example from the case to support my conclusion. So let me show you what she says. She highlighted here the availability of the analytical data from Facebook Insights lends it to be a more effective social media marketing platform. She asked, can you share an example from the case to support your conclusion? So what I did is I went back, just like I showed you earlier, and I told her, hey, great question. It was a really great question because it allowed me to think through what I had said and actually support what I had said. So supporting my conclusion begins by looking at the marketing strategy, which I discussed before. The business is interested in growing brand awareness and increasing sales. So the first data set is a summary of the last 28 days. The information tells the story showing page views are up 25%, although likes at 100 are down 46, indicating visitors view the page, yet it is not resonating with visitors to warrant engagement such as page likes. These are, and then comparing insights to Instagram analytics, the data set is shallow because of it highlights impressions, reaches, and website clicks. However, the information is not a deep dive like Facebook. So the information on Instagram I felt didn't dive deep enough for me. The second part of the goal is increasing sales. Thus, although the Instagram data shows impressions, the Facebook data has a trackable call to action element. For example, the Facebook ad campaign titled Coupon for Online Purchase shows the reach and results from data compared with online revenue numbers. It offers a quantifiable metric allowing SNHU Pet Supply to gauge the effectiveness of the marketing strategy. So with my example here, how can this be applied to real life situation? I'm sure that's probably what you're asking. This is great in theory. How does this roll out in real life scenarios? If you are a new business owner or you are just now establishing a Facebook page, like myself, I have a Facebook page that I've established. And currently right now, I'll be honest, I'll be very transparent with you. My Facebook page does not have a lot of traffic. That's not due to anything other than I haven't been advertising it. I have not put my Facebook page out there. So I'm going to go over to my Facebook page just to get a real life snapshot or scenario so that you can see basically how this can be transferred into a real life situation and hopefully give you some ideas on how a marketing strategy you can employ it and use it for yourself. So this is my Facebook insights. And as you can see here, this is my page summary for the last 7 days. So we're going to look at last 28 days, which you're not going to see much because, like I said, I have not done a lot on my page. Now, in taking this snapshot, you see actions on page, you see page views, one, page likes, post reach, story reach, recommendations, post engagement, videos, and page followers. Now, this is more than likely if you are starting out, this is what your Facebook Insight page is going to look like, just like this. There's no data. Now, they established a goal of raising awareness of their new line. So if you've got a new product, you want to raise awareness. If you're building just your brand, you want to raise awareness of your brand. If you have a new business service, say you're a new accountant, you're a new attorney, you're a new lawn service, you're a new tutor, just some ideas. If you're a new service, your marketing strategy is going to be raising awareness of my service, raising awareness of my brand, raising awareness of my new, cocoa butter, shea butter, shampoo, whatever the case may be, whatever product you have. That's your goal, raising awareness. How now we want to translate that into making what they call SMART goals or goals. And you are going to measure your success using the Facebook Insights here. So if you want more page views, well, think about what you can do to create page views. You can create posts to boost your posts, as you can see down here. These are my most recent posts, but you can see here you can boost your reach by paying for that type of stuff. Or if you are looking at doing something more organic, you're probably going to do something like join Facebook groups, and Facebook groups that are in line with what you're trying to do. That would be my suggestion as a strategy. Now that's a difference. So you got a platform, and the platform is where you're going to make your post. The platform is just a tactic. Your post or your strategy is what you want to achieve. What is your goal? And then your social media strategy is how you're going to make that goal happen. So a strategy would be, my strategy is I'm going to join some Facebook groups where I can interact with other businesses who are interested in the content that I am sharing. So for me, for example, currently I'm making posts about me going to school, and I'm making posts about marketing strategies. I'm making posts about how to boost your Facebook Insight data so that and look at that data to see if you're achieving your goals. So I'm going to join some other groups. I'm probably going to join some groups, which I have, of small business owners and say, hey guys, I'm a student. These are some things that I'm learning. Check out my page. It might help you with your Facebook strategy and growing your awareness and growing your brand. That's just some ideas. And then after 28 days or a week, 7 days or so forth, you would come here to your insights and look and evaluate, are my posts doing what it is I want them to do? So that is basically how it all fits together and making it work. So this week we've got some new things coming up with each module. I'm excited. This week we are looking at, on week 4, we're looking at Pinterest and Twitter. Click over here. So we've got Pinterest and Twitter that we're going to be looking at. And we've got another discussion on the social media networks, which are going to highlight Pinterest and Twitter. And it's also, from what I understand, We're going to be looking at how often do we post, and that's something that's also very good to consider. And then we have a blog post. I have a blog post I have to do, benefits of social media marketing, and we're going to discuss that in my strategic storytelling class. We are going to be building personas. Let's get over here. We are going to be building out characters in our story and telling that story or showing that story. So one of the things I learned this week about telling versus showing. Telling, I'm sad. That's telling. Showing would be tears filled my eyes, and my shirt was wet from all the wiping. That's showing you're sad. Okay. That's showing versus telling. So this is going to be some great exercises. I'm really excited about the growth that is happening. I see how all this is fitting together, and I'm really excited about that. So I hope this is adding some value to you. I hope you're getting some good information out of it. I'm dropping some good nuggets, and hopefully in the future you guys can, if you're taking this class, you'll sail right through. At least you'll have something to kind of help you formulate the subject matter, as well as going to your professors. Don't just think that I'm trying to take over their job. I just want to show you my journey, how I'm doing, and give you some inspiration, plus show you what I'm learning so I can build my own credibility. That's always a good plus. Yes. All right, till Wednesday, I will catch you on the next video. All right, peace everybody.